I'll show you just quickly the Nile. Way over there in the background. I don't know how clearly you can see. There's a big ship. Anyways, that's the Nile. And on the other side is the Luxor Temple on the east bank. So we're on the west bank. Every altar that I create has a significance. They change all the time, according to my moods, which is basically what it should be. Nothing is set in stone. Life is always changing and moving and flowing. The earth is always shifting. It's just us silly humans that tend to get stuck in a rut. So I change altars according to my moods and according to intentions. All my altars have specific meanings. So I've created this one specifically for the reason of healing here. If you notice here, there are 7 tea lights, each one representing one of the days of the week. And each day of the week is also associated with an angel or archangel. So we have 7 archangels represented here with the days of the week to help us with the healing and to watch over us. I won't touch because candles are pretty hot, but right here is a little pyramid that a friend in Canada named David created. He's experimenting with vibrations and sound. It's his first time doing something like this, and he gifted me with this little pyramid last year, which has big meaning for me. I'm amazing friends with his wife, even though I haven't seen her in a long time. You don't need to see people in order to be connected. Here is a double terminated crystal. Double terminated meaning that the points go in each side. Again, I apologize for any background noise, but this is the best place to do this. It's not about really the sound, it's about the energies of the video. Surrounding these candles is a necklace that a friend here in Egypt gave me in front of the Colossus of Memnon. He makes it himself. I placed it on the altar because it is the scarab and it is the color blue and gold. Gold being the highest vibration, blue being a very intuitive as well as healing color. Okay. I have 4 little angels that I made. So we have a little red angel here for the element of fire, which passions everything that we do, and white for the purity. A little blue angel right here, again for healing color and intuition. A green and white angel, green being the heart, one of the 2 heart colors, and being very strong healing color also. And here we have a blue and rose quartz angel. This is a lapis lazuli actually with rose quartz. Lapis lazuli being a powerful protection as well as prosperity, and pink being the other heart color. It's romance, it's passion, it's love, it's unconditional love. It's also associated with the angels. Okay. I have this beautiful, beautiful crystal here. I'm sure you can see, I'll show you how big it is. This comes from one of my brothers. I have four brothers and a sister. This comes from my brother Mike's yard in North Carolina, where he was digging up crystals right from his own yard. So it's, besides my brother touching it and his ex-wife, it's basically untouched by human hands, except for those who dug it up. And he's carried it and gifted it with me before my return here to Egypt in December. I have here on the altar this beautiful little angel. It's one of 5 that a friend in Holland, who also has a flat here in Luxor. She's like a sister to me. She gifted me with this angel. She works differently but similar to me. We had the same tarot deck, which was very unique. We both love angels, and we both do strong spiritual work, so this has meaning to me in representing her energies being here. We have this selenite wand sitting on a deerskin couch, which I bought actually in Winnipeg, Manitoba. For those who don't know where that is, it's in Canada. It's kind of like the halfway point. I bought this last year when I was there, before I returned here to Egypt. Selenite is a stone that's known for connecting to past lives and dream time. It helps you to bring your past lives to this lifetime, to recall lessons learned, so that you don't repeat the same mistakes, and to bring the knowledge that you had from those lifetimes to return to this lifetime. We want to carry the knowledge. We want to let go of the hurts and the pains. We don't want to repeat the same mistakes and the same lessons, but we do want to bring the wisdom forward with us. So I have my selenite wand here. I also have this, a Herkimer diamond that a young lady in Toronto gifted me with in exchange for some work I did. Herkimer diamond is very well known for many things. Every crystal has many different representations. I have it here as a protection against electromagnetic fields. It kind of banishes that electromagnetic energy from wires and electrical currents that we don't want affecting us. And then, I don't know if you can see, but like right now, Egypt is like, it's like right in your face. So this is here kind of as a protection. I have a small amethyst. See, it's very small. It's not like my other crystal. Amethyst is an all-purpose healer. It's good for many, many things because it is the color violet. It's associated with the crown chakra, which is the seat of spirituality. I found this stone on the ground here in Egypt, near the Habu temple, not on its property, but about a 5-minute walk away. And it impressed me because it kind of has a little bit of a heart shape. And because it's natural and right from the ground, I picked it for that reason. This baby has very special meaning. This is a piece of alabaster, but it's not just any alabaster. I found this about, I'd say 25 steps away from the only remaining solar cross altar left in Egypt, in the town of Abu Sir. Apparently they used to have alabaster solar cross altars everywhere in Egypt centuries ago, but they've all been destroyed, but there's still one remaining. I do have pictures on my Facebook in my Abu Sir album. Those who are interested in going to look, take a look. You can look on the internet also in Abu Sir Solar Cross Altar, or I believe it's called the Sun Altar, the real name. So this connects me to the energies of that altar, which has been there for centuries. Many people, foreigners, come to Egypt and do meditations on that altar or around the altar. And it's funny how many people, local people, aren't even aware this place exists. It's mostly us foreigners who come and bring it to them. But like all countries, I don't know Canada that well, even though I'm Canadian. Go figure. Anyways, onwards here. I have this beautiful little angel, which is a tiger's eye. This angel is made actually from a necklace I took apart from a friend of mine in the States who sent me this beautiful tiger's eye necklace, but it was pretty clunky. I like small, delicate things, so I took it apart and made many angels from it. So she's kind of moved on to many forms. This little thing here is a deer skin. As human beings, we have the tendency to be so hard on ourselves. We carry all our mistakes from the past lives, all our hardships. We have trouble letting go. We need to learn to let go of the hardships and connect to the universal abundance, the universal help that's there to help us all. This deer skin, I bought a piece of deer skin in, again, Winnipeg last year when I returned for a brief, if you want to call it brief, 7-month visit back to Canada. And the deer skin represents gentleness. The deer is a very gentle animal. The deer is used in all its form by the spiritual Native Americans, those who are still connected to their roots or returning to their roots. They don't do like many people, wasting parts and hunting just for the fun of hunting. They use the meat to eat. They use the skin for their clothing, for their shoes, moccasins, making drums. They use every part of the animal, unlike most of modern society that creates a lot of waste. So I have this deer skin here to remind us to return to gentleness, to be gentle with ourselves and with others. Sitting on this deer skin is a little angel from Ireland that an Irish friend of mine brought for me about maybe 1 or 2 months ago. I can't remember. I lose track of time here in Egypt. She's a little Irish guardian angel, and she's holding a little clover. So we have the energies of Ireland with us also, which are as powerful and magical as Egypt. A little bit lighter energy. I have sitting on here the Ankh, which is a representation of Isis, but also immortality. And if you look at the Ankh, to me, it's kind of shaped like a human with his arms outstretched, wearing a like long dress. If you look at it, the circle being like the head, and the two sides here. Sorry. The two sides kind of like being arms outstretched, you know, when you stretch out your arms and your feet together. So it reminds me of like a human being. So we are beings of immortal nature if we connect to our souls. I have here the key of prosperity, which is also from Ireland, but from an Irish-Canadian friend who has gone to Ireland and was given this and told it wasn't for her, that she would know who it's for. And I met her last year in Toronto, and she said this was for me. So this is the prosperity that we all deserve in life. Again, a piece of tiger eye, which comes from the same necklace from this angel. And tiger's eye is also a very strong stone. It's prosperity, it's protection. It has many different energies. It represents the root chakra, which is our roots and our stability in life. When you remember that we are spirits in body, we are not just body, we are spirits, then our roots and our foundations become much stronger. I have also here a piece of crystal from, it's natural, it's from a place called Crystal Mountain in the Western Desert. I didn't pick it. It's forbidden to pick anything from the Western Desert because they're trying to conserve its natural energies. This was gifted to me by a man in Siwa who has been there, and Siwa is actually the oasis, the last oasis before hitting the Western Desert. So this is a gift from him. Here I have another gift that was from a woman I met in Abydos about, in 2009. It's a piece of meteorite that she found in the desert on one of her trips and wrapped it and gifted it to me. Meteorite is our connection to the stars, to the cosmos, to universal energies, reminding us that we are much more than what we think we are. We are not just human, we are spirit. This I bought in Canada. I've bought many and tend to give things away all the time. This is a desert rose, which I have renamed the Tears of Mary. I found a couple of years ago on the internet a short story, which I have not been able to find again anyways, about this desert rose. The story basically goes that when Mary lost her son, Jesus, through crucifixion and through death, she went into the desert and cried. And her tears, after a long time, her tears turned to blood, with each drop hitting the ground. When it hits the ground, because her love was so strong, she had such a strong mother energy, her love was so strong, each drop of blood that hit the ground turned into this beautiful stone shaped kind of like a closed rose, which is named the Desert Rose. So it's a very strong stone to work with for emotional healing, okay? Which is why I've renamed it the Tears of Mary. When I saw this story, I thought it was amazing. Okay? So I'll just let that truck go by here. Okay. Now, I also have on this altar some amber oil from the East Bank of Luxor, Egypt, from a shop one of my Egyptian brothers works at. Those who work with scent know that amber is a very powerful healing and protection oil. It's kind of like an all-purpose oil. Great to protect against psychic attacks, negative energies, negative thoughts, yeah, anything you want to purify and heal. Oh, sorry, I'll take a second here. I have here also a little fluorite crystal which I wrapped, that was given to me by an Egyptian friend here in Cairo who works with, what does he call it, monotonic nutrients, something like this. Anyways, the monotonic elements, which are, I'm not 100% sure how to explain it, so I'm just going to go shortly into kind of like elements from the earth and the sea and all this, which help in healing. He creates essences and sprays and various things to help with healing, and he infused this crystal with these elements and gifted it to me. So it's also on the altar here to help with the healing. I have here 3 little hematites, but what I'm sitting on what's sitting on top of these hematites is this beautiful, beautiful silver and brass angel. Hematite is known as also a very strong healer. If you have pain, you can tape a piece of hematite to the pain, and almost within a matter of a couple of hours it should disappear. It's great for headaches, and I often tape a piece to my neck when my neck is kind of like out of whack, and I wake up in the morning feeling great. This angel I saved for last because it's very, very special to me, although everything is always special. This beautiful angel comes from my own guardian angel, Blanca, from Puerto Rico. I've never met her in person, but I've had many long conversations with her. She literally is my guardian angel. She's the creator of Angels Among Us on Facebook. And she's a very, very beautiful, pure soul who is so full of love, who cares so much about everyone. She's like this big mother to everyone. So I saved this angel for last because she sent this to me to Canada last year when I went back. She told me she'd bought it 2 years previously, waiting for the chance to mail it to me, because I've told her before, don't mail anything to Egypt because it's not guaranteed you'll get it, especially with the revolution that we've had and all the upheaval. So never sure what you're going to receive. So I finally received it, filled with her love, and so my guardian angel. Oh, and I have one more here, which I will actually be holding on to throughout most of the healing here. This beautiful white heart is infused with Reiki energy by a healer friend of mine here in Egypt. She is a German woman who's married to an Egyptian since many years, and basically her life is here in Egypt, though she visits Germany often. She has a beautiful healing center in Zamalek, and she's a wonderful, wonderful woman. She gave me this heart and with Reiki energy in it, with the condition that I never give it away. I never make promises, and she said if I didn't promise, she wouldn't give it to me, because she knows I give everything away pretty much all the time, even things that I feel I might need later. So I've been doing my best to keep this promise. I've held on to it ever since, and I have actually been using it with some of my healings. It contains beautiful energy, and it reminds me also of the purity of the heart. Since this heart is white, it's our spirit, it's our inner self, when we work in the purity of all. We're getting near the end of showing you the altar here. I felt it's important that you, in order to connect to the energies, that you know about the altar. Okay. I have a little healing bowl here, which was an exchange also with a friend of mine in Canada. I've been asking for a portable healing bowl for the longest time because of how I've been living, traveling, living through a suitcase. So this fits in my hand. And it's perfect, perfect, perfect. This is actually, you might get a kick out of this. As you see, it's written notebook. I bought this a couple of days ago. Why is it on the altar? I'll tell you. Look, the word love. I noticed this after I bought it. I bought the notebook, took it home, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a three-dimensional love here. Because this notebook is in 3 dimensions. Three-dimensional, kind of like, 3D or whatever they call it. And the word love is kind of much bigger than the word notebook. It's huge. How can you miss this? Love with a beautiful heart right here. So, and the cosmos in the background. I didn't see the notebook. I just went into the shop and asked for a notebook, and she said, okay, £10, there you go. Brought it home, opened it, and said, oh my God. I was amazed, absolutely amazed to see this. You have the cosmos, all the different planets here. You have a white heart in the sky here. You have love written here. You have a kind of like a moth or butterfly. It could be either or. So it's kind of like transformation. Another very small heart right here. The stars. It's reminding us who we are, the roots of all we are. Through love, miracles happen. Without love, nothing happens. So I included that on the altar for that reason. It was kind of like a last-minute decision. But how amazing is that? You go into a bookstore to buy a notebook and come out with a message. Very powerful. This very last thing, I promise, is actually my cup of water. It has no special signification. It's there actually in case I get thirsty. But the cup itself, if you look, it says Sagittarius. Okay. To me, that was very powerful. When I came to this flat, when my friend brought me here and told me, okay, this is your home now. You created this website for me. You're taking care of the website, so you have a home. And you have it as long as you want. The first thing I noticed was this cup. He has many cups, but only 2 that are astrological, which one is Aries and this one Sagittarius. Why it's so... It had a strong meaning to me is because I'm a Sagittarius growing into the 13th sign of Ophiuchus. Sagittarius is the energy of the humanitarian, of those who want to move forward in life, shooting ever towards the skies, if you look, aiming towards the stars, moving forward, shooting the arrow. It's associated with knowledge, always wanting to learn something new. They're kind of like the gypsies of the zodiac, always moving on to the next place, learning what they can, doing what they can, and then moving forward to the next place. So it's kind of like the gypsy energy, but with the healing. So when I saw this here, I knew it's like, oh my God, were you waiting for me? Were you expecting me? And this flat has brought me, I've only been here a couple of weeks, and it's brought me very strong energies so far and many strong messages. And with the Aries cup, representing new beginnings, since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the baby, it's growing, learning how to walk, learning how to speak, learning how to write, So it's like kind of like taking your learnings and bringing it higher, moving forward, stronger. So this is basically the healing altar. So we'll go now into the healing energy. I'm sorry it took so long to explain the altar, but I feel that it's very important for you to know why and what and where, what for, the reasons of everything. I always tell people, question everything in life. Always question. Oh, and this cloth, by the way, which is one of my many headscarves, is green, because green, again, is one of the heart colors, and it's a very strong healing color. Green and gold bringing a higher vibration. So, now that you're aware of what each energy represents, I will start the healing part. And I want you to know that whether you can hear me or not, or see me or not, isn't important, okay? I'll let you know right away, I'm not a singer. I don't have the singing voice. I will be doing some chanting. But it's not about the voice, it's about the sound and the vibration. Everything in life is sound, it's vibration, it's color, it's energy. Energy exists everywhere. The energy within each and every one of us that allows us to open to all that we can. We will be connecting to ancient energies, coming into this modern energy. We don't want to be stuck in the ancient days, but we don't want to be so modernized that we destroy ourselves. You know, like always trying to perfect something that's already perfect, which, look around you, you know, we've kind of destroyed ourselves through going forward when we didn't need to. Sometimes we need to step backwards, but then staying back too much, it's finding that balance within us, the yin and the yang, the balance between Lemuria and Atlantis. Atlantis, we destroyed both continents from always moving forward and perfecting and technology and not knowing when to quit, and but also made things easier. And Lemuria being so spiritual and so pure that sometimes maybe they even forgot to play. I don't know. I just know, like, as a human being, we often forget that. So, okay, this is my altar. So we will begin now with the healing part. I will be sending energy. I will be asking all energy healers throughout time and space also to be with us. I hope that this video helps each and every one of you, and to know that it is not my energies, it is not me healing anyone. I am simply helping to open the way to connect within each and every one of us, so that we can all bring our own healing and we can all have our prayers answered to a positive vibration, positive way, to the highest of good and to free will of all. Welcome and blessings.